You know, sometimes it really sucks being a creative. And it's not because I don't have any ideas or, I don't know what to do. It's mainly because I just don't know where to start. You see, a lot of the times I have all of these amazing ideas, all of these different videos I want to shoot, different content I want to film and capture, and yet, for some reason, I get stuck in my head, a little overwhelmed with where to begin, and I end up doing nothing. I end up avoiding it and never creating it. And I'm sure that's something you all struggle with or have, or maybe you're struggling with it now. What does it look like, first of all? So for me, it can look like rest, some decompression, heck, going for a walk. Like, oh, he's just getting his mind straight. Yeah, I'm trying to fix things in here, whether it's write it down on paper, listen to a podcast, but it's still avoiding the issue at hand, and that's just getting started. Figuring out what to start with, where to start. And so a lot of it's just avoiding the actual thing you have to do. Now, there's a great quote, and I've quoted it many times in my other videos. The magic you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. Whoa. Great quote. And yet we still avoid. We still figure out a way that when we are just overwhelmed with ideas or we don't know where to start, we don't do anything. At least for me. So here's the thing is that we don't know where to start. We have all these ideas, but I think the worst thing is that we tend to tell ourselves, "Oh, I could do it later." Oh, those photos, I can edit them later, or oh, that video, it can be filmed and edited later. And yet, later never comes. 2025, I struggled with this a lot. It was very, very difficult for me to sit down, edit a video, film a video, because I was just, okay, where do I start? What idea do I start with? Where do I go? And a lot of times it was very, based off of you guys, those who are watching and those who follow me on Instagram, the content you're wanting to see, and I'm just, okay, I can start with this, or I can do this, and I can do this video, and I can do this video. And yet there'd just be that moment where it's like, okay, I need a break, walk away, let me pick up the switch, and let me just sit here in this chair and just play away. Like, it was avoiding the issue. It was avoiding the situation, avoiding the creation, avoiding the, oh, I gotta pull up the camera. Now, I'm not saying that as in like, dang, Nate, you sound like you hate creating content. No, I love it. I absolutely love what I do. What happened is that the excuses just got a little bit louder in my head. It's not laziness, it's paralysis. So you got to understand that when you have all these ideas, if you don't have a place to store them, like a journal, your iPad, or a notebook, something to store your ideas, to write it down, even the Bible says, write it down, make it plain. Write your ideas down, make it plain. Not only will you have it on paper, you'll have a direction in which way to go, but you'll start to clear this up here. It'll start to become a little bit easier. Trust me. Journaling is a great way to just get everything up here out on paper. Get it out so you can, okay, all right, God, what else are you giving me? What else am I here to listen for and to learn and develop? Because when you're paralyzed, when you're avoidant, you're not really listening to God. You're not listening to what he has for you, or, hey, go create this. Hey, somebody commented this. Somebody needs this. Do this video. So you got to get it out. And 2025 was paralyzed Nate. Like, yeah, I created a bunch of content the last couple months, and I was listening to my coach Omar, and I was all for it. Like, yeah. And then I'd say like the holidays hit, and that's funny because we always use, oh, it's the holidays, it's all right, it's the holidays. You don't have to do X, Y, and Z, and you don't, oh no, don't feel bad about that. No, feel bad. It's the holidays. Get your stuff done. I fell victim to it's the holiday. I can wait till later. And later never comes because it is now January 15th. And I probably pushed videos back from Thanksgiving, November of 2025. So, yeah, later will never come because you're always going to consistently say, oh, I'll do it later. Oh, I'll do it next time. Oh, X, Y, and Z. So stop that. What you did in 2025 is not going to carry you through 2026. I can promise you that. The systems, the habits, as a creative, it won't help you. So you have to start doing things differently. You have to start shifting how you act, how you create, who you're being in 2026. You see, in 2026, we have a new year, right? Brand new. Oh, we're excited to go into it. But we still have the same pressure from 2025. The pressure of, okay, we got to post consistently. Oh, we got to, make sure our content's good or make sure our content is impactful. Like, we still have that pressure, right? Like, you think that. Whether you're a content creator, a business owner, a singer, a musician. Oh, the standard is here now. The pressure's still there. I got to learn more. I got to develop more. I got to teach more. I got to build. I have to sing. I have to, like, it's all still there. It's just the start of a new season. And so as you enter this new season, what worked in the last season isn't going to help you. You can't wear a swimsuit when it's raining. I mean, you can, but it doesn't really help you, right? So like the things that you had last season, they may not be for you and may not work for you in this season. And so things need a shift, okay? So how do I want to put this? The things you did, I think I said it in another video I made, I want to say last year. And it was what got you here isn't what's going to get you there. And so I'm going to sound like a broken record, but the systems, the tactics, the habits, the things you did in 2025, if you're expecting something greater in 2026, you better figure out something new. Better design something new. Because if you're still doing what you did in 2025, your 2026 is going to be exactly the same. So what needs to shift? The question, what needs to shift, has to come, I would say, from your reflection of 2025. Now, because this is a creative drip, we're going to talk more content. For me, the question isn't how do I create more? The question is what needs to change so creating doesn't feel so heavy? And for you, it may be the same. What needs, and I won't even say change. What needs to shift so that creation doesn't feel so heavy? So that creation doesn't feel like a burden or a chore. Oh, I gotta create. Oh, I got this video I have to do today. But it's exciting. Where did the passion go? Where did the fire go? You see, something happened in 2025 that drained a lot of people. That got people out of their, not out of there, but into a funk of, okay, I'm just going to show up and try. Oh, I'll try. I'll try to get to it. Oh, maybe later. Oh, stop it. I fell for that. Oh, but Nate, you were posting consistently towards the end of the year because I had a coach who pulled me out of that, that funk and showed me. But then I got back into the funk. Again, it is January 15th, 2026, and I'm barely creating this video. But I'm creating this video because I've realized there needed to be a shift. What needed a shift? My perspective, the reality of journaling, of keeping my ideas and my execution separate, making sure like, hey, here are all the ideas I've written down. Now my mind's not, filled to capacity with all these things and I'm just paralyzed, not knowing where to start. But now it's okay. It's written down. Let's work on a content calendar. Let's start mapping out the content that I have week by week, day by day, whatever that looks like and works for you. But it's going to take a little bit of work. So my question to you is, what needs to shift so that creating isn't a burden, so that creating isn't heavy? What needs to shift for you that, and it goes for all things, not just creativity. What needs to shift for you to show up on time for a Sunday? Ooh. What needs to shift for you to show up and actually hit record on the camera? Ouch. What needs to shift for you to get a coach? Like, oh, you've been holding off. I'm going to get a coach. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Like, what needs to shift in your life right now for you to do what you fell in love doing? Because a lot of times when the new year rolls around, we just lose that fire, that spark, that passion. So what needs to shift? For me, it was the perspective. It was the system that I had didn't work. It really didn't. All right, Nate, wake up at this time. Wake up at this time, go to work and, do whatever you had to do for work, but it didn't work. It kind of just kept my head above water. I wasn't drowning per se, but I was almost there. So reflecting on 2025, moving into 2026, what actually needs to shift? So here are some ways that I am starting to switch up my new year or my creativity. So number one is that I'm beginning to create with limits. I kind of struggled with this. I really wanted to be like, no, I want to create. And that was to myself. It wasn't to like anybody, but creating within limits. And what that means is, all right, Nate, you got 30 minutes to make this video. Wait, 30 minutes to make a video? Yeah, 30 minutes, make a video. Hey, Nate, 10 minutes, go outside, do something, make something, create something. You got 10 minutes to make a graphic. Wait, I don't do graphics. Yeah, stretch yourself a little bit, expand, show it to people. So create with limits. Challenge yourself. Sometimes when you create with no limits or there's endless options, you begin to create, or you start to, and then you switch to another project, and then you switch to another project, and there's no end for it. It's just constantly moving. And now you have all these projects that are just not finished. So give yourself a limit. Start off with, hey, you have an hour, make something. Hey, you have an hour, make a cover video. Write a poem. Write the first page of a book you've been wanting to. Write out a preaching. Whatever creative capacity is for you, start to build a system that limits yourself or that gives you a limit or time limit on what you can create. The second one is building a system that fits my life. Right now, I can and will say I'm living my best life. 100%. And so last year, I was still living my best life, yet the system of my life was trash. I didn't have one. I didn't have a schedule that I stuck to. And so I've partnered with my leaders to sit down and say, okay, Here's the wake up time. Here's this time. Go to the gym, come back, eat breakfast. Here's the drive time. Like actually planning every single day out. Some may say, oh, that's way too excessive. Try it. Try it. There's a curve, like a learning curve or an adjustment curve to it. So give yourself some grace, but try it. Plan your days out. Plan your week out. This is another way to bring in a new system into 2026. That's not 2025. That's not the 2025 system. You're now building this newly, it's fresh, and get some leaders to help you. You see, coaches and leaders, they see the things that we don't. They see where we're struggling the most. So partner with them to now create the system. It also helps that they're willing to keep you accountable. So ask them, can you help keep me accountable for this? Guarantee they'll say yes. If not, hit me up. I'll keep you accountable. Okay, number 3. I mentioned it a little bit earlier, but separating the ideas from the execution. Doing that is more of a writing everything down in a journal, keeping that like time separated. So I have on my new schedule now, there is a time slot for creative learning. And in that creative learning, there is going to be some idea journaling. There's going to be some, hey, let's create some content here, or let's even just watch some content. And so I'm beginning to separate the ideas from the actual, hey, we're filming today. And so in my little planner or my, I use Apple Calendar, but I plan it out. And then within those time slots are other time slots for each thing. So just separating things. You don't want to be going back and forth, back and forth. You want to make sure that things kind of have their own space and their own time. It's just something I'm trying out. So far, it's been working. It helps alleviate some of the weight and allows me to now do more in each space. And then number 5, consistency over creative highs. I've talked about this the end of last year, and I'm going to continue talking about it all throughout 2026. Consistency, consistency, consistency. Nate, you haven't been consistent. Yeah, I understand that. Being consistent doesn't guarantee your success, but being inconsistent does guarantee your failure. And man, have I failed over the last month or two because I haven't been consistent. And I've been working on with my new schedule, okay, in these time slots, in this area, we're creating, we're building, we're developing. And so you have to get to that point to choose consistency over those creative highs. Like, oh my gosh, I got this. Or, you don't need to feel inspired to just show up. It's sometimes, hey, I'm going to show up and I'm just going to create something. If you wait for inspiration, if you wait for the ha-ha moment, it may never come. You just got to show up, whether you're inspired, whether you're tired, whether you're just kind of like, man, I don't know where to start, and just start. You just got to pick a place and start. That's exactly what I did with this video. I've been sitting on it for weeks now. And finally, I got to that point of clarity where it's like, no, I don't need to feel inspired. I don't need to chase that high of, oh my gosh, I got this great idea and I'm going to create it. Like, yeah, get excited about it, but you don't need all of that to create. What you need is you need to show up consistently. Every day, every morning. And I'm not saying you have to post every single day. Maybe 3 times a week. And I made another video about posting 3 times a week. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Do something, but make it consistent. Even if it's small, that's okay. But chase after consistency. Don't chase after the high. Because every time you go back to it, you're just going to want to try to get to a higher place and a higher place. You're going to keep going and going, and then you're going to burn yourself out because it's like, man, I'm just waiting for that feeling. I'm waiting for that moment. I got to stop. Be consistent. Okay. So this year, isn't about proving that I'm a creative, that you're a creative. Like, we already are creatives. No, no, no. This year is about building a system that actually supports, that holds you up. But not only you. Because here's the crazy thing. Here's the crazy thing. It's a system that's going to support those around you, those who are building with you, those who you are learning all of this and pouring out into them. So the system isn't just going to be built for you. Like, you got to get that. You're not building just for you. You're building for yourself and those around you. So that system is going to support the calling. It's going to support the business. It's going to support the ministry and or the vision that you carry. Whether it's all of those, whether it's one of those, that's the system we're focused on creating this year. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling paralyzed, if you're being avoidant, it doesn't mean you're broken. It doesn't mean quit what you're doing, stop making content. No, all it means is that you need a new way of doing things. Something needs to shift. And so, I'm figuring that out too. But here on the Creative Drip, we're going to figure it out together. And so if you continue to follow along with the Creative Drip, I will be consistent in my weekly YouTube videos. I will be consistent with the newsletters that are dropping every single week. The Creative Drips that are going out every day or every week, whether it's to Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, however it may be delivered. But I can guarantee that the Creative Drip community is here to support and build together. So if any of what I've said has connected with you, stick around. There's going to be more to come in later videos. More structure, more support, more frameworks, more ideas. More times where I'm going to tell you, don't be sorry, be better. It's a classic. I love that. More times where I'm going to tell you the magic you're looking for is in the work that you're avoiding. Or being consistent, Doesn't mean you'll be successful, but it does guarantee failure if you're inconsistent. So, look, if you've stuck around this far, continue to stick around. There will be more Creative Drips dropping every week. This year, let's focus on building better. Not just creating more, not just putting things out there that are, I don't know what they are. They're just throwing. No. Let's focus on building better together.